Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. He's in the lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Blastin and Stashin. People, I'm trying to find this thing where I need to pause this. Here we go. That was in dedication to Double S. He says, yes, just like the Welcome Back Cotter theme. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So he inspired me to throw that up there, even though we'll probably get a copyright strike on a show that came out in the 1970s. But, you know, it is we'll be banned in Pakistan or something. And, you know, those people want to be able to enjoy our video. But I don't know if they really enjoy our videos much anyhow. Yes, Mike, do you have a Pakistani fan?
What do you mean by those people?
Okay, moving on. You're going to get me in trouble right out of the gate on this show. First time catchy show is what we do. We sit down and reread the books that came out Comic Book Wednesday. Pocan Joe, Spider Grandpa, and myself, US Comics. We blast the books we hate. We stash the books we like. Usually before we get into the comics, we talk a little bit else about what we've been doing, what we've been watching. Episode 5 dropped for Invincible. I watched that yesterday. I haven't got a chance to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier yet, but man, that Invincible, it is a crazy ass show. I never have read the comics, like I said before, but God, it is such a crazy show, and not what you expect out of like a comic book, or superhero kind of stuff. So it's definitely awesome. I started watching a little Phineas and Ferb today because my son is on a Phineas and Ferb kick because he found it on Disney Plus. So I don't think I ever watched it when they were kids. I watched like part of one episode with him. And I started watching Sonic 2 last night. And what a ugh!
The movie?
Falling asleep watching. Yeah.
Oh God, no! I stay. No. No.
And I think that is all I've been doing. My wife and I have been watching renovation shows because she's kind of stuck on the couch, not feeling good. So we've been watching those at night. But I think that's it. That's all I've been doing this week. How about you, Mike?
Stucking?
No stucking. No stucking, not when she's sick.
Oh, shit. Legion of Comics is in the house.
Oh, man.
I better behave.
What else have you been doing, Mike?
Today.
You can't see you can see the chat. Okay. What are you doing? What else have you been doing, Mike, besides working and sleeping?
Besides working and sleeping?
Yeah.
I can't say that on air.
Stucking?
No.
A little self-stucking?
Yeah, self-stucking.
That's a t-shirt in this way right there.
WWE Hall of Fame was on Peacock this week. They actually did 2020 and 21 since they didn't have one last year, so that was pretty cool. Double S said, Sonic, really, Huey?
I know. I was watching with my daughter. She wanted to watch it, so I was watching with her.
I know WrestleMania's this weekend. I haven't watched Winter Soldier yet or Invincible. Got home late from work today. Usually I watch both of them when I get home, but yeah, start vacation after work tomorrow. My wife started vacation yesterday. My wife and his wife are going to Florida. So yeah, that's what's going on. You
do a little self-stucking at home?
I am right now.
That's gonna get us banned right on Facebook or YouTube. I think I'm gonna do a shirt that says "self-stucking since 1985" or something for Mike. A little picture of his head smiling. That would work. How about you, Joe? What else have you been doing? Watching, reading? I know you do a lot of reading.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading actually. Because work's been a little bit slow for me, but that's about to pick back up with the new restaurant grant that's going out. So if you have any people out there that own a restaurant, there's going to be a new grant that comes out from the federal government. Definitely jump on it to kind of help those businesses. I know it's a comic book theme. I know it's kind of dreadful, but sometimes if you go to the SBA website, you'll find it on there. So definitely, I'm going to be one of the approvers for Region 3. So they kind of laid off me for a little bit. Let me kind of slow down a little bit. So I did watch Invincible, the latest episode, and yeah, I don't know why I never read that. It came out at a weird time in my life, and I wasn't into comic books. But I now trying to read it, it's almost impossible. And I've been out in the Evil Lair working on Legion of Comics Poof Box. We're calling it a Poof Box. We're gonna make a magic trick that makes a ball disappear, so we can explain a question he actually asked. What's the difference between reason and knowledge? And a magic trick actually explains it probably better than anything else. So working on that, kind of working on some designs for that. And then I picked up a small contract where I'm going to be designing something kind of cool here in the future. Maybe we can incorporate it into the, I don't know. Are you allowed to shoot guns on YouTube? Like Demolition Ranch?
I don't know. It depends on your channel, I think. It depends on what you're saying when you're shooting them.
Okay,
Well,
so
we shot
probably.
guns in the first 2 episodes of well, we didn't shoot the guns, but
No.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to do that again, no?
It would be cool. We'll take something for the range. That would be fun. And other than that, just reading my books and my comic books.
So what I hear is if you are from Region 3 in the feds, you're looking for a grant for restaurant work, make sure you put Joe from Blastin and Stashin on your application. It'll get you right through and get you that rubber stamp that you need for approval.
No.
No? Oh, I thought it was supposed to be that easy, Joe. I thought it was supposed to be able to do a little calling of the sled, little rubbing elbows, saying, "Hey, I know those guys," and just get you right on through. No, I thought the feds did that. I thought the feds you grease hands and you're able to get on.
No, that's politicians, not federal.
Legion says, nice. Looking forward to poofing the shit out of my kids with it. Remy Q Studio has a live show pulled literal seconds after he pulled his gun out of his camera. Happened about 2 months ago. There you go. There's your answer about ammunition. Double S says the wives. Michael, are you what are they? Poly? What do you call that? Multiple wives.
No, my wife's going on vacation with his wife.
Yeah. I think the way you thought it was like Mike has 2 wives. Oh, with the feds, you have to grease knees. That's what it is. And still haven't opened a package of comics sent me, Huey. Been busy at my job. We'll open it tomorrow with photos. Great. Thank you much. I appreciate that. Don't be super excited about stuff that's in there, but we definitely appreciate you being a loyal fan here on the show.
It's thundering out there. What the hell I wake up to here?
I don't know. Could be the porn studio next door. Who knows? I thought you had one of those. Mike. You have a whole wardrobe and green room, everything.
Things are getting weird.
Let's talk about comic books. Let's not talk about Mike's porn room. Who wants to go? Who wants to bring us out with something?
Not me.
Joe. I'm drinking.
Give it to Mike. Mike, you look like you're sleepy. Give us something to wake you up. Wake you up, Mikey.
So, let's do first on my list here, right on top.
Right on top, baby.
Sensational Wonder Woman #2. I like the first issue well enough. Thought I'd give this one a shot. Again, this is like last one. This is a standalone story. Wonder Woman is responding to a distress call from Artemis, who's on Mongol's war world. Wonder Woman gets there, and the only problem I had with this book is like Mongol and Wonder Woman. It's like the first time they met. Now, haven't they like met before in the past?
So too.
Yeah, but they're acting like it's the first time they ever met. So then you get Wonder Woman has to fight Artemis, and then they team up to take on Mongol, and they eventually escape. It was pretty good. I'll stash it. Art is solid, so.
Yeah, I picked it up. I forgot that I read issue 1. I thought I might have bought issue 1 just for the cover, but I do remember the storyline now too. But I am missing the Brazilian Wonder Woman. I mean, I really like her. So, unfortunately, yeah, I ended up getting cover B on this one. This is Sway art. I don't know. The artist almost looks like a who's that husband and wife team that always do?
Oh, Jimmy Palmiotti.
No, not Palmiotti.
And Connor.
No, well, they have the same last name. They're always working on stuff together. I forgot who it was.
Usually married people with the same last name.
No, I don't. My wife and I have different last names. We're married. That's just.
What is wrong with him?
What's wrong with me? Yeah. Did you read Wonder Woman, Joe?
Nope.
What are you eating, buddy?
Nope. He's too busy eating his orange slices. It's like he has a headache or something, and he has to have some orange slices.
Got beer and tangerines.
Gross.
Why did say that again? Ew, gross.
Beer and tangerines.
Beer and tangerines. Hey, Mr. Tangerine Man. Porn studio, good one, Huey. That's why Michael's porn name is the Ass Goblin. Because he's always gobbling ass. I guess I have no clue where he went with that.
While we're not on the subject of comic books, Legion, pay attention. What do you do for a living, buddy? What do you do? I'm just curious. What do you do for a living?
He said the only times he said he's been working 10 days straight, not an end in sight. So, and he says, but I always try to make it here, which we definitely appreciate that. And the only books he said he had time to read so far were Swamp Thing, King in Black, and Suicide Squad. Let's talk about this other new horror. Are you getting ready to vomit there, Joe? What the hell are you doing?
Pay attention, buddy. Let's do this. Come on.
A horror anthology all based around a coin, and that is the silver coin right here. I got the cover B on that one. Looks like you got cover A. So this storyline is there's this like band who was kind of big, but now they're playing like these little small gigs. They're just never were able to hit. Always playing second fiddle to the bigger bands until the lead singer finds a coin. I think it's in the attic or something of his place. And he's able to rip on guitar. He's able to just scream and melt it and literally catch on fire, like melt his face down and all that stuff. But the coin actually gets to him. Like they become popular. They're the headliner. And there's the part where he's up on stage. He's just ripping through it. And he's catching on fire. And he literally burns himself up. His bandmates are getting all pissed off at him because he has this big ego then.
But the music is amazing now.
It's amazing. Well, it was amazing.
Until Destiny, isn't that the same thing?
Kind of, but this is a coin. This is a magic coin. But yeah, it's totally, everybody loves it. But at the end, they end up killing him because that's what magic coins do. Yeah. And the coin moves on to the next person. So it's like Ice Cream Man kind of in a way. There's this MacGuffin that goes from issue to issue where these people are like, it's going to play a big part in the story and it's going to kill the next person, blah, blah, blah. If you're into this kind of stuff, you like Tales from the Crypt, you like Twilight Zone, I'm sure this would be right up your alley. Not really something for me. I can do without this silver coin. But Mike, I know you're a metalhead. What did you think silver coin? Did you think they able to rock it out?
The price of tea in China. What does that?
What's that? What's that?
What does that have? Anyway, this book was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. So, like Dave said, garage band trying to make it big, playing in the empty crowds in the mid to late 70s, which is awesome.
Nice.
That is the same time that disco was taking over the world.
Yep,
and
I forgot
kind
about
of
that.
pushing rock music out the door. And these guys can't make a. They're playing to empty crowds. The only one there is like the bartender. The lead singer finds the coin that Dave was talking about in the attic of his parents' house. His mom had left a box, and he finds it in there. One day during band practice, he doesn't have a guitar pick, which I found a little weird because you're a fucking band. You don't have any guitar picks laying around. So he pulls out this coin and starts playing the guitar, and he cuts his finger open on it, and blood seeps into the coin. And all of a sudden, weird shit starts. People start coming to their shows, and they make it big. And just one day, he spontaneously combusts on stage, burns the whole club down. And I thought it was pretty amazing. Next issue looks phenomenal. It's going to be like based on the slasher movie. So I'm really excited. I like this book way better than Haha. So definitely almost my pick of the week.
It's probably a good thing his mom didn't leave behind like an old douchebag or something in the box, and he finds out
that. You?
No, not recently. Tumblr says I have to agree with the ass goblin on this book. The silver coin was a good read for him. Mike made it sound awesome, though. That's what Legion said. Might need to grab it. Well, Mike,
I love
battle it out.
I don't know, man.
Well, Mike's a metalhead, where I'm more of, a Milli Vanilli kind of guy, and I blame it on the rain.
Jesus, I hate you.
Did you read Magic Coin this week or Silver Coin?
No.
What do you got then for it?
Let's talk about something DC. Let's talk about Green Lantern #1 because we're going to relaunch that because that gets relaunched
again
a year. All right, so quick backdrop on the story, right? So the United Federation of Planets are having their big meeting to see who's allowed in their little club and who's not. All of a sudden, some cats from Gym World. You familiar with Gym World? That's where Amethyst, kind of that whole thing happens. You don't know who Amethyst?
Nobody reads that shit.
Don't worry. Like you just said, nobody reads that garbage. So these cats come over and they want to start a little boogaloo, right? Because they got a problem. They don't really tell us what the problem is. They just got a problem. And they bring this monster. Now, you want to know how you beat the monster? You stand in solidarity. You don't fight it. You just stand there. Because if you fight it, it gets worse, right? So you just kind of stand there in silent protest. And apparently that teaches this monster a lesson. And it goes away. And I'm like, oh my God, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Some cool things did happen in this. I'll continue reading. I might pick up issue 2. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm interested in this new little Green Lantern girl that came over from Teen Titans. I don't really understand how she gets her powers, and that's okay because apparently the nobody else does either. But apparently we're going to get that explanation. So that sounds pretty cool. So we'll definitely check that out. But for the most part, I'm a little behind on my Green Lantern lore. Maybe you guys can help me out with this.
I probably can.
I know there's 20 different colors now, but is there what was it? Was it like a red-green Lantern, where it's both?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, when I never have been into the Green Lantern lore at all, other than, hey, there's Green Lanterns. It wasn't until a few years ago, there's yellow lanterns, there's red lanterns, and stuff that I didn't even know because I never have been a Green Lantern fan. So
apparently there's some red-green ones. We'll call them Christmas. We'll call them Christmas lanterns. Christmas lanterns. So yeah, they're in here. I don't know what they do. I don't really care. But I am probably more interested about a character that I normally wouldn't care about because the rest of the story was so bad that I'll probably try to pick up issue 2. So that's my review.
What did you think, Mike?
I haven't been like Joey. I haven't been reading Green Lantern since what was it? Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz was in the Green Lanterns. I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'm a little behind, and this was a lot majorly confusing for me. I am interested, like Joey. I am interested in Joey.
Sexy.
Is it sexy? No, the Teen Lantern. I'm curious. I looked it up, and apparently she got the gauntlet from another Green Lantern that got shot to death. How do you fucking shoot a Green Lantern? I mean, can't
And
they?
not that, but who cares about the gauntlet? I thought the only way you could do it is like you had to have a ring. Like that was the thing.
Ring chose you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a firecracker though, and I'm kind of interested in her. But other than that, this book is a blast. So
Hey, Mike, you know how I know you're old?
Well,
You
how-
turn phrases like she's a firecracker.
That girl, she's a firecracker.
She's a firecracker, fellas.
That's almost like me talking about making whoopee or whatever it was. Necking in the woods. Stucken. Unlike Joe, I did not like this very much. But the way he's made it seem, it's very topical. You know, stand in solidarity with all the issues and stuff going on. Maybe they're trying to take on that. Legion says that book was the bee's knees. Bee's knees. I get to look in here. This girl has a camel toe a little bit going on there. That's for Mike.
That's in Green Lantern?
Yeah, that's in Green Lantern. Little up shot.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. I'm surprised you missed it. Yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm not a Green Lanterns fan. The whole thing of them getting together to try to have some big Star Wars meet of the Senate was just like a bit much for me, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not really interested in it. I mean, really, this is Green Lantern's been restarted now, what, 4 times in the past 4 years, something like that?
Like volume 22 or something. I don't know.
So yeah, Green Lantern for me never has been a great character. Never one that I've really sought out. I think I have a few Green Lantern. I think I have some of the Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz stuff, as well as the Hal Jordan stuff. I think from the Rebirth, but that's about it. That's about all my Green Lantern that I have in my collection. Afterbirth, yeah. So this is a blast for me. We're back to was it Mike?
Sure.
Yeah.
What you got, Mike?
What do you got, Mike?
Well, I got a lot.
What do you got?
I got a lot.
Huey Neckin and Joey Smitten.
Yeah,
I've got Green Lantern season 2 sitting in my soon to restack from Grant Morrison. Excited to dive into that. Yeah, I've heard that Legion also said Jeff Johns run is a must read, and I've heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mike.
Batman. No. Batman 107. Right? Yeah. All right. COVID is hitting Gotham. People are looting grocery stores and chaos. Actually, Scarecrow's fucking with shit. So, but yeah. Anyway, really, Batman's just running around trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Scarecrow, what he's up to. He's leaving little scarecrows all around the place. He's batshit fucking crazy. Love the new design, by the way. There's some great Harley stuff in here, some funny stuff where she's trying to clean the streets up of Gotham, and there's a backup Ghostmaker. We learned that I guess he's bisexual. I swear to God, I said this a couple of episodes ago. If him and Batman start stucking, I'm done with comics. I am done. We learned he's bisexual. All right, cool. And apparently he's going after a new team who's based in Devil Skull Island because they couldn't come up with anything original. Madam Midas, the Instigator, who's like a terrorist alligator, could knock off TMNT character. They're gonna have I see it now. Killer Croc and Instigator, DC team up. But yeah, it was all right. It's a stash. Ghostmaker's bisexual because they had to throw that in there.
It's important.
You think they're going to go see you later, alligator, and this will after a while crocodile? No, too much, too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Too soon. What I really like about this Scarecrow in this version, so Scarecrow's been known for a while to using pharmaceuticals to instill fear in everybody. He's not using the pharmaceuticals. He's using reality-based fear, and using like these scarecrows around town to get people to fear him without that. And I think that is so much better. The psychology behind it is so much stronger, so much realistic. I think that is awesome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that. I'm not sure if I really care for the whole Raiden hat he has on, where he's like lightning. I could do without the hat. He does. Raiden does, doesn't he? Raiden wins.
Yeah, he does the lightning thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I do like how they plugged in the different scarecrows throughout history of the comics and the video games, because I think the one scarecrow they show a little thumbnail of is from the Batman game, so I think that's really cool, adding all of those characters in together and kind of how he's changed over the years. But overall, this is great, and we get the cool Magnum PI Bruce Wayne at the end of it too, going to go undercover with the mustache and a little gray in the side of his hair. Yeah. So overall, this is a stash. I'm enjoying the Scarecrow stuff. Like I said, the psychology of the physical versus the pharmaceutical, awesome stuff. I think it's great. What about you, Joe?
I thought this was a great connecting issue for a lot of things that we already knew and kind of already understood. It just gave clarification. I think everybody out there knew that Joker didn't attack Arkham. Now we can pretty much say that it was because of his background in chemistry. Like you said, he's able to replicating a toxic gas probably wouldn't be that hard. It's not too far-fetched. I like what you said about using the symbolism of the Scarecrow around everywhere to I don't know, make aware through fear. I think this is the best way to put it, because that's beautifully, and it was ingenious, and it does make a statement. Symbology always makes a statement.
Just like COVID.
Just like COVID.
I mean, they're abandoning the city. They're fucking destroying grocery stores, just like COVID.
This Harley Quinn storyline I could care less about, but we did get a connection to an advertisement. What was the last con that you and me went to? Was it Baltimore? Yeah, the last one we went to was in Baltimore. Oh, Richmond, yeah. It's not a major con, but yeah. And in a lot of comic books, they were kind of advertising that Queen Ivy's coming back, right? We kept seeing that, and we finally get that connection with Stabbo saying it's a jungle down there. It's a jungle down there. So we know we get a Queen Ivy coming soon. We know what will happen. But all puns intended on that one too. It's going to be great. I don't like Harley Quinn as a character. I think it's very at best. So I could care less about that. The whole Ghostmaker thing, it was a great idea. And then we had to give it a backstory. And that just really too soon. Like let's get used to the character before we start finding out his sexual preferences. Can we, I don't know, have at least one story arc with him in it, or two story arcs in it with him to establish him as a character before we find out that he likes.
I wonder if their balls touched.
Huh?
I wonder if their balls touched.
I bet you a lot of things touch, bud. Like, I don't want to tell you, but that's their thing. If it makes you happy, screw it, do it. But yeah, I just thought it was a little too soon for that. Like,
they could have cut that whole thing out.
Yeah. And I could care less about that story. It seemed kind of childish to me. So, it didn't really seem like a story that would really grab me. So I wouldn't call it an origin story like they solicitation said.
Legion said that's where their feud comes from. Bruce hit it and quit it in the past. Ghostmaker still hasn't forgiven him.
God damn it, Bruce.
And
I swear to God, I will quit comics.
And I love Double S's. Batman was a mustache for me. Love it. Oh my goodness. I applaud him for that dad joke. And that is awesome.
Unless Ghostmaker rapes him, then that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Joey is right. Ghostmaker was a great character,
roofie.
but DC had to give him a backstory too soon. Yeah, he had to Bill Cosby him. Well, I mean, Bruce is in prison right now. In what? No, in the that's the. Yeah, he is in the one storyline with God, White Knight storyline.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Wayne's in prison.
Mm.
Not the Detective Comics or regular Batman, but in that one. So maybe he might have a change of heart in there. You know, be a little lonely. Not getting to Batwang enough.
Batwang. How about my Hellbat? My Hellbat.
Hellbat. What is that from? Hellbat.
Batman.
Well, I figured that much. But I don't recognize the character.
Doesn't Alfred make this armor? Or I don't know. Look it up.
I'll look it up.
Google.
I'll look it up.
I bet you Legion knows.
Legion probably does. Let's talk about the next Batman, Second
It's
Son.
not.
You sure you?
No,
want
I
to
haven't.
I really do not like this story. This is just absolutely lame. And one of my biggest gripes is the weapons that they use. Now, I understand it's supposed to be an asp, but it sure the hell looks like an expandable car antenna that he uses in this when he's attacking that island. I'm like, dude, what the hell has he got a car antenna in his pocket for? And he starts whipping it around, cracking people in the head with it. And that's not the Batman. That's like his own vigilante. That's who was that? I forgot the brothers' names.
Tim, Jance, whatever.
Jance. Yeah, and then like he doesn't even want to be called by his real name. He wants to be called Jance too. Like, no, I go by Jance now. But they have a backstory between two brothers. They don't want to talk, but it was just so horrible. And then later on in the story, let me find it here. Where's the page? Damn it! There it is. He gets attacked with a tape gun. What the hell? A tape gun, a car antenna. What kind of weapons are we using here in this book? Get with the program. I'm so glad this is only a miniseries, and we don't have to. This is hopefully not going to be a permanent a fixture in DC Comics, because this was boring as hell. I really don't care about the family dynamics of their family. I just don't want it. I just want Batman. I want Bruce Wayne. Give me Detective Comics. So this is a blast for me, for sure. What about you, Joe? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
No, but A for effort. Legitimately, I'll give it an A for effort. They're trying to tell a story arc, the prodigal son, right? That's what the story they're trying to tell here. You know, son went away. Apparently, there's something in his past. He broke the law or did something bad or whatever. Doesn't matter. Now he's some kind of super spy in Vietnam. Do we still have a problem with Vietnam? Like, we thought that was pretty much like, you know, besides maybe a couple of guys getting flashbacks out of American Legion or something. Thought that was pretty much done, but apparently not. So we got this random guy just running around over there. No reason why. We don't know who he works for. We don't know who this person is in the computer, talking in his ear. No data whatsoever. He comes home. Apparently him and his dad are on the outs because of this thing that we don't know about from his past. They're not giving us enough information to get invested in the character. They're just trying to say a story. Not tell a story. They're just trying to say a story. And it's freaking annoying because there's all these little tidbits of things that happen in their dialogue that need to make you relevant to who these people are in some way. And they're not giving it to us. And it's stupid. Also, I'm sorry, this whole Tim and Jan's thing, everybody knows that douchebag that gives himself a nickname, like a cool nickname. call me Thunder or whatever. Everybody knows that douchebag, right? And then comic books are like, hey, we're going to make it cool. We're going to call him Jans. It's not even a nickname. It's fucking ridiculous. It's bad. But I want to be intrigued in this because I like the artwork in it and I like the dialogue for the most part. But they're not telling a story. They're saying a story. I like that.
Legion said,
What
"To
about
hell
you?
with these lackluster books." Legion been drinking.
What about you, Mike? What'd you think of next Batman?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, you haven't read it yet.
I don't think
You don't
I'm
think
gonna
you're?
read it. I'm gonna go on
Is it
strike.
just going to be in your comic collection then? Just
I don't even know if
sitting
I'll buy it. I don't know. I'm gonna read it. I wasn't a big fan of Tim being Batman anyway. I don't know, but I have it somewhere. I just showed it.
Real quick, Legion says, a nickname like Pocan? Nope. Pocan's my name. This is legitimately my name.
Legion says he doesn't drink, by the way. You know, I want to be a dog groomer.
You want to be a dog groomer? I think you just want
Like
to
Legion. No,
clip around buttholes.
I'm actually allergic to dogs, but I've had dogs my whole life.
I was going to say, there's a dog probably at your feet right now.
He's back there somewhere. It's a weird allergy. Like, I can't go get my dog groomed because I'll smell all that shit. It's weird. It'll fuck me up. All right, next.
Did you know that pigeons die after sex? At least the one Mike had sex with did.
I hate you.
Was that an attempt at a joke?
It was. But Legion says those days are gone. I'm better off without. I'm kind of with you there, man. I drink every once in a while of a beer, but man, I do not like it. I drink White Claw just because it was a fun.
Whatever.
B says he's allergic to cats. Mike, what do you got, Mike? Oh no, I think it's Joe's turn because I brought up Batman, so it's Joe's turn. You get a little break there, Mike.
Right.
Hey, did you read Swamp Thing? Because Legion was talking about that.
I haven't read it yet. I have it. I have this gorgeous, awesome cover right there.
I have that cover too.
We would definitely want to hit that up. Did you read it, Hugh?
I did not read it either because I totally spaced it was in my stack. I had 2 weeks of books and I forgot what was what.
Wasn't even in my stack this week. Sorry.
Oh man, we're letting Legion down big time.
What a horrible show. We really need to get our shit together. Can we just go ahead and throw these two together? Is everybody okay with that?
Sure, have at it.
Throw them together. Okay, if you don't know, you read Venom and then you read King in Black. I say that because we see the tie-in thing and we think it has nothing to do with it, but this is going to be very relevant to this. First off, I regret getting that cover. I really do.
What cover is that?
I don't know. It's stupid.
The tattoo variant.
Yeah, the tattoo variant thing. I
They
really
started
like
out
that.
pretty good, and then they went downhill. You didn't get the Scotty Young for your wife?
Yeah, I got the Scotty Young. She's got the Scotty Young.
It'd be cool to get that one triple signed.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I loved this story, and everybody was like, "It's taking too long." But honestly, King in Black by itself was only 5 issues. It was the tie-ins that made it seem a little longer than it should.
Mm-hmm.
I am upset that the Ebony Blade wasn't made the big deal that we were promised it to be, because issue 5 was the last issue. But I did like this whole light and dark thing, and we can get kind of crazy with this. You know, we can call the symbiote the dark part of humanity, and then he's injected with light and then desire to protect his son, moves him forward. Like we could talk about all that. Truth is, they were just a badass. It was just badass. It was badass. I love the fight scenes. I love the combining of Silver Surfer Surfboard and Mjolnir together and making that battle axe like a battle axe. That was awesome. I love battle axes. And the whole the Dark Knight defeating the dragon, if you will, right? Just classic storytelling, Cates is on it. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to end a story. This was a solid ending. If you're like, well, what about this and what about that? You don't get that in this story. It's completely full, and it's done, and it was done beautifully, and it was all about a failed man making himself better and doing better, and I really enjoyed that.
Uh-oh.
Super cool.
Oh, what, Mike?
Oh, I was ignoring Joey and reading Swamp Thing.
Oh. What do you think of Venom and King in Black?
I'm reading Swamp Thing.
I don't care about Swamp Thing right now. We're talking about Venom and King in Black number 5. What do you got?
Swamp Thing looks amazing. I can't read that. King and Venom. We'll do Venom first. Whiskey Dick. It's Eddie Brock versus No. Not really No. His essence in the Codex. Eddie Brock becomes Venom again, and they break free. Apparently, Flash Thompson is resurrected, and like we saw at the end of King in Black, I think it was King in Black 4, where he gets the Captain Universe power. You didn't even have to read this. Fuck this book. Whiskey Dick. I love only because Venom's in it. King in Black. What happens in King in Black? Cosmic Venom versus No. I guess Venom's the King in Black now. Yeah, whatever. Here's that Scotty Young cover I was talking about with Ryan Stegman and Donny Cates. You get this book, triple signed, be worth millions.
Millions.
What?
Yeah, I'm reading Legion's comments here. It says, why was Null afraid of Eddie and running? How he rode in on Celestials but chumped by Captain Universe. So apparently Legion is not liking this storyline at all. I thought it was pretty good. Like you said, go ahead, Mike.
I mean, they built up Null to be this insane fucking villain. Eddie Brock comes out all souped up on Captain Universe powers and destroys him. He didn't even fight back. Come on. Null didn't even do it. Null sat on top of a fucking building the whole time. He didn't fucking rip Captain America's heart out or fuck him. He just sent dragons all over the fucking place. You got dragons flying out your ass and fucking Null sitting there on top of the fucking building. I'll stop.
Go ahead, man.
I mean, maybe because, Legion says, Null had fought the light before, but clearly now, what the So, I mean, it could be just because he has that Captain, the power, the lot of light in him now. I mean, maybe that's just the one thing to add on top of his, like you said, a failed superhero, a failed, flawed person. And he's trying to protect his son, and that's what he cares about. So maybe that's was the extra energy of that trying to protect his son that put him over the top, was able to defeat Null that time. The light able to defeat the dark. He lost the powers of the light toward the end of the book. And but now he's a king of all the symbiotes, and we'll see where that goes. It's like Johnny Blaze is the king of hell. Now I guess Eddie Brock is the king of symbiotes, and we'll see where this is going. I'm kind of glad it's over. All the tie-ins and stuff was absolutely crazy. The main storyline was good, and that's all you really needed to read to understand what was going on. Maybe Venom too. I mean, Venom's was a good book to read, and it would read between the lines with a lot of the storyline. But all the other tie-ins were horse crap, and I wouldn't even bother picking them up. Being present doesn't make you a worthy. It makes you an effing dad. This.
Can you get Legion on this show?
I tried. This. I don't know what this means.
What?
What does this mean here? It must be some kind of code for dog grooming. I don't know what it is.
Legion of Comics, finger, puppy.
Yeah, maybe he has some kind of secret code for his dog groomers in the audience as well. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's kind of like the hobo symbols. You find out good place to camp or whatever. Good place to groom.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm high.
Real quick, I'll answer a couple of questions that are being asked.
Yeah,
the
please.
First one is why couldn't the light break into the shell around the Earth before? Because it needs a host, and that's why the light needs to have a host, and that's why Silver Surfer, he jumped into Silver Surfer, it was able to break through. He just kind of Green President doesn't make it. Yeah, we get that, and we'll talk about that because I do that's a hang up for me too. Like they've only been father and son technically knowing each other not very long.
Bruce Zayas is in the chat.
How did Eddie manipulate the symbiotes before he was the King in Black? He took it right off of Null. No, he's got something in him that they never made clear in that run, the Good Sun run. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Thank you, Bruce, for liking all my photos on the Blastin and Stashin Facebook page.
Yeah. I'm hoping the King in Black tie-in Thunderbolts comes off a spinoff for Marvel. I loved that. That was probably the best tie-in. That wasn't really a tie-in, but regardless, it was a great story. I love that. I got them all.
I'm gonna send a dragon.
You're right. The host doesn't need a light to travel, but it needed a host to break through the symbiote thing. That was kind of what they were going for there. Fair enough. I'm sorry. What do you got, Huey?
I lost. I
forgot
what I was talking about. Let's do Double S says, I'm hoping the King in Black tie-in Thunderbolts comes to a spinoff for Marvel. I really like that tie-in. And Legion says, I think you answered this. Light doesn't need a host to travel? Question mark. But let's do this. Let's jump into one of our segments. Let's jump into Never Gonna Lift You Up. What's that? I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, James Brown. It's a man's world. Let's jump in here. Comic book philosophy with Bill Can.
I am so glad that it popped up on this particular comic book that we just read because it's actually the inspiration for today's philosophical corner. In this, we're going to talk about desire and free will. What is free will? Can you define it? And does it even exist? Or are you constantly being manipulated throughout various choices throughout the day to come to an outcome? Well, today we're not going to talk about a particular philosophy. We're going to talk about an individual who kind of inspires me. All right, he's a Scottish philosopher, known drunk too. He wrote the book called The Tenets of Human Nature. He was really big on how horrible human beings are, that left up to our own devices and without social construct, we would just still be savages. And to some degree, the argument can still be made. Lots of noted philosophers also agree with this as well. His name is David Hume. Famous quote that he ever came up with is fine. Go ahead. Be a philosopher. But amidst all your philosophy, you must still be a man at the end of the day. His basic beliefs break down into two segments when it comes to free will. He says a person's actions have to be caused by a desire. You need a desire in order to accomplish anything or even to make a choice. He also says it must be true that if the person had wanted to do something else, they could have, but the truth is they won't. One of the greatest questions is can you control a person through desire? Meaning you know that somebody desires something. Can you be manipulated? We can find this in various forms, but does it actually work can never really truly be concluded. Now, how does this work in comic books? Well, let's look at Eddie Brock and his actual function in the whole the King in Black run. What is his motivation? He tells you outright in the story for a while now that he's not the good guy and he shouldn't be the good guy. And there's been times where we blasted a comic book because we just got tired of his freaking self-loathing in the entire thing. So why? Why does he do it? At the end of the day, he has a desire to be connected to a son that he just recently found out. That's a desire. Therefore, it is a truth. Even though he doesn't make that choice himself, he still follows through. And that's your philosophical corner. I like that.
Comic book philosophy with Bill Can. I cut you off there, Joe. What were you saying?
I said I liked that format a lot better than the last week. Last week was kind of.
We're missing Mike here. Let's talk about my pick of the week. Let's talk about Geiger, issue number 1 by Image Comics. If anybody knows, has been watching the show for a while, I love my post-apocalyptic kind of books. And this is right up there with it, too. We get a family is going into a bomb shelter. And his neighbor, who oddly looks like that one gentleman that was standing on his front porch with his AR-15 and his wife with his pistol.
And I mentioned that in my review. It's very similar.
And I'm like, wait a minute. And I actually looked those people up. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of looks like them. I think that's what they're modeling off of. Okay, but this family, they're getting ready to go into their bomb shelter. The family dog is out as a cat. The dog. So the dad runs out there to get the dog, and as he's running back to the shelter, his neighbor comes out with his AR-15 and blasts him in the leg and says, hey, we're taking over your shelter. And he's like, no, you're not, honey. Get in the shelter. Don't open the door for me. Leave, don't worry about me. Save yourself. I'll do anything for my family. Well, the bomb ends up going off, and then 20 years later, something like that, there's a whole bunch of scavengers out there, and they've heard this this ghost story about this man who lives out in this wasteland with no suit. And they end up running into him, and he ends up kicking their asses and starts glowing like Skeletor,
What cover did you get?
Man, just regular cover A. Oh, what cover's that? No, I didn't get any of those. Oh, cool. But this book is awesome. This has all the post-apocalyptic stuff that I want to see. It has this character. We need to know a little bit more about it. How did he survive this nuclear blast? How does he have these powers now? Why did he just wiped out? And we got this spoiled little brat who's acting like a king. And it kind of reminds me at the end here when it shows Vegas, it kind of reminds me of The Stand a little bit. So I'm digging that a lot.
Big Tracy with all the characters.
Yeah, so this is awesome for me. Definite stash.
What I like the most about this book, it doesn't take half the book to explain how the world got it the way it did.
Yeah,
Some bad shit fucking went down. That's all you need to know.
Bad shit went down.
So this is my pick of the week. And at the end, you see each casino is run by a different, like, let's just call them a mob boss or whatever, and it's kind of themed to their whatever casino they're at. It's amazing. It's pretty good. And this guy's sole purpose is I guess his family's still alive in that bunker.
Maybe, yeah.
And he's just protecting them till it's safe to come out. So pretty good stuff. My pick of the week.
What about you, Joe?
I love it. It was my pick of the week too. I think that's a first for us in a long time. I think
so.
But I absolutely love this. I thought this was great. It's a lot of different characters in it, and when you're reading their dialogue, it's a different character. I like that, and the whole guy's just trying to protect his family, just trying to do this reasonable thing, and then getting thrown into an unusual circumstances where he's now got to defend them. I like this whole atomic skull thing that he's got going on. It's kind of cool.
I like the fact that he's not always like that. He looks normal until he. Yeah, I guess
something about him changed because of the nuclear blast. Yeah, and I love this 1 per store variant that I got. It's black and white. I like these.
Sure, you whip out the 1 per store variant just to brag about it. I see how you are.
I'm a douchebag.
This is Eric Larson of Savage.
Oh, I'm not a big Eric Larson fan, so
that's cool. That's a good cover, though. I like that.
Okay, let's jump into this since we're getting ready.
Oh
We're
wait, we
coming
got to
in
do a
on.
meat and potatoes. It's starting to get late.
I'm
Meat and potatoes.
in there.
Ooh la la.
Oh, that was magic. Joe's on. That made Joe disappear.
All right, let's make some meat and potatoes up here. These came in the mail today. I just wanted to show them off, so I guess these are like honorable mentions. I don't know. I'm not sure who did this cover. This is Vengeance of Vampirella, number 16.
Almost looks like a J. Scott Campbell.
It does. I can't read the name, but anyway, moving right along. I got this Jem Bartel, the Black Cat one. Sorry about the delay. And then I got this Grim Fairy Tales number 47.
The Zetascope always have the meat and potatoes.
Zetascope always. I picked this up because I thought this was a badass Union Jack cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I put this order in because I didn't pick up X-Men Legends number 2, but my pick for meat and potatoes is done by Mike DeBalfo. This goes back to 2017. This is their Armed Forces exclusive Zetascope Grim Fairy Tales, and this is the Navy one. They did one for the Army, Marines, and Air Force as well. They didn't do one for the Coast Guard because, fuck the Coast Guard. No, I'm just kidding. I love the Coast Guard.
Coast Guard's not a military force anymore.
What's that?
Coast Guard's not a military force anymore.
Oh, it's not?
Nope. They're Homeland Security.
Oh. Well, that's why they didn't get a cover. But go check these out. These are amazing. And, of course, you got your meat and potatoes. Throw some barbecue sauce, stain that uniform up. So,
Legion was asking that Union Jack, was that your meat pick? I didn't ask it. Legion asked that.
Legion's been drinking too much Mountain Dew. He don't drink alcohol.
He's all jacked up in Mountain Dew. He's all over you like a spider monkey.
What?
I don't have any meat and potato pick this week. Nothing at all.
No meat and potatoes?
No, I have no meat and potatoes. Nope. Nothing this week.
Well,
I might have something.
Call up that Ranger chick. Let me talk to her.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you your phone number. You can call, complain. You can say your pine cone's been shoved too far up your ass.
God, I hope she never watches the show. You may end up moving to Virginia.
Yeah. You're the one who he says you're the one who held up the Union Jack during the meat and potatoes. But let's.
Comic Tom 101 started a live video.
Did he?
Oh, yeah?
That's what Instagram said.
Maybe Mike's kind of like Ghostmaker, just kind of. You stay right there, big boy.
We did have that one time in Dallas.
Yeah. So let's talk about let's go in lightning round real quick. Unless you guys got something else you want to talk about, you guys can do it in your segment. Amazing Spider-Man number 63. I didn't read this one. I'm dropping off because
why are you supporting that shit? Why?
Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to mute him during my lightning round just so I can get through it.
Well, he's on it tonight.
I know. I have not been reading this, so I don't know why I'm continuing to pick it up. So I think I'm dropping Spider-Man. I'm actually dropping these two. Walking Dead Deluxe number 12. I want to get them because I want to have 1 through 100, but I think I'm gonna hold off and try to get them at the end of dollar bin. Yes, Mike, you can talk now.
Yeah, I don't think I think I'm done too myself. I get it.
Swamp Thing number 2. Like I said, I had 2 weeks of books I picked up because my store was closed last week. So I was thinking this was last week, so I didn't read it. This was last week. Nuclear Family number 2. Again, post-apocalyptic, real world kind of book. Looking forward to reading this one. Death by Life was one that I forgot that I had. I flipped through this before the show, and now I'm like, I think I'm going to give a little more time and a little more respect than just flipping through it. This came out a couple weeks back. You guys said this was actually pretty good. This is about rabies, Rabid World.
Rabid World.
My biggest beef in here, I'm not a huge car guy. I mean, I like my old cars. I like my old trucks. So here in this panel here, you can see it. That's definitely like a Dodge Power Wagon, like a late 60s, no, maybe 70s Power Wagon, right? Dodge. You go to the next panel, that is definitely a Ford pickup. That drives me nuts. They know not consistent with the body style for the truck. Drove me freaking nuts. But overall, the story was good. Rabies getting into, or Ebola or whatever it was mutated, and now it's able to infect humans and a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. Good stuff. And this was mainly just a cover buy because the two things are hot right now, and it's Boba Fett and Momoko. That's the only reason I bought it. And this is Star Wars Insider. Now I ended up picking up that.
That's Momoko?
Yeah, Peach Momoko. It's the only reason I bought it. So that's an expensive cover buy. Those are my books, and I'm sticking to it. What about you, Joe?
Let's see what I got. I got Crime Syndicate number 2. It's a Star Wars story just with bad guys, but super great story. Absolutely love this. Although a lot of I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar bullshit going on. Don't much care about that. But we did get the cool backstory of finally Owlman and kind of his origin and how he just came to and I'll say it's a philosophical view, and I want to be sure I say it correctly. He got to the fuck it. It was great. I loved it. Immortal Hulk. So Joe Fixit apparently turned into the Red Hulk in the Below, and then he turned into the great. You want to talk about an inconsistent story that's just doing a bunch of weird stuff right now. Definitely Immortal Hulk, but I think they're trying to rein something. I want to believe they're trying to rein something in. They're just telling like a spaghetti story, and then it will make sense at the end. But that's my hope and slight faith. But for the most part, that was a blast. And then I picked up Amazing Spider-Man. I got this beautiful 1 in 25 design variant.
It's not beautiful on that? The fucking costume.
I could care less. It's a costume. It's a superhero costume. Although, what's going on with that neck right there? Is that like something that happens there? It's like a little turtle coming out of a shell. It's weird. Anyway, story's still garbage though. I'm not enjoying this Boomerang, the Tomb, Broomstone, magical MacGuffin bullshit. And I really don't care about Kindred at this point because that was just a huge letdown as well. But I had to buy some comic books, so my comic book store has been a little slow on the uptake on comic books lately. So got to pick something up. So that's my haul this week.
I think I'm looking up Leech was asking, are you sure that's a peach cover? And now you're having me second guessing. I'm looking it up. But Mike, what do you got for your lightning round?
Lightning round, the Chimerian, Iron Shadows in the Moon. I heard nothing but great things about that first series, so I haven't read it yet. Crime Syndicate number 2, like Joey said, this book's awesome. Yeah. I have Noctera number 2, haven't read it yet. Big fan of the first one. Suicide Squad number 2, another great book. Amanda Waller's batshit fucking crazy. I guess we're getting the crossover with Titans Academy already. She's going after Bolt, I think her name is, the speedster over there. She wants her on the Suicide Squad. So
I need to ask my comic book store what's going on. I didn't even see that. Like something's going on.
Come to Trilogy, buddy.
I can't do that. I don't like that guy.
He's actually been running the one in Norfolk. He leaves early and leaves it to his cronies to run the store.
Oh, okay.
But whatever. Swamp Thing #2, haven't read it yet. I had all the plans in the world to read these today when I got home from work. Unfortunately, I got home from work just a couple hours before the show started, and I took a nap. But I flipped through this. Man, it looks freaking amazing. Project Patron.
I read that one too. Yeah, I read that.
I haven't read it yet. So, yeah. More books I haven't read yet. Star Wars: The High Republic #4. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures #3. And not last but not least, probably cover of the week, just because it has a fetus on it. Death by Life.
Fetus.
A fetus and a skeleton. Come on, man. That's awesome. And that is it. And I did get my Hellbat Funko in the mail today from BigAppleCollectibles.com. So I am up to 1,442 Funkos now.
Good Lord. Yeah, so I'm looking at this Star Wars Insider. It says it's a previews exclusive. Maybe that's what I was thinking of, not a Momoko.
Yeah, that looked too good to be Peach. No, I'm.
So, anything else before fetus greater than everything else? Anything else before we get out of here for this Friday night?
Mike's on vacation next week. He needs to give me a holler, because if I go over and see, I'm looking at somebody's comic book collection and figurine collection tomorrow. So I may be hooking up Mike, and we may be going over there. If there's anything good, I'll preview it beforehand.
The only thing I have going on that's pressing is this coming Wednesday. I'm starting work on that tattoo. So
yeah,
I don't know what. I think it's like at noon.
Dude, apparently this is like 3 rooms full of comic book boxes. It's going to be too much.
Man, why can't it be out there?
I'm putting together another one of my online auctions. Right now I'm up to about 185 lots in it. If you're not familiar with it, a lot of the stuff that I read that I don't keep, because I don't collect that kind of stuff, generally ends up to an online auction. So that should be coming up hopefully by the end of the month. And yeah, that's what I got going on.
Before I get at it, make sure we thank the people in our live chat. Of course, we got Double S that comes in every single week. We got Legion of Comic who comes in every single week. We had Bruce Zayas pop in here tonight saying, hey, guys, what's going on? But the 2 main contributors, Legion and Double S. So thank you guys for stopping in every single week, making us feel great, making us want to continue doing this show. Without you, we'd probably just be doing nothing, right?
Lonely middle-aged men reading comic books.
Yeah, that's all.
Go over, if you're watching this and aren't subscribed to Legion, go over there, because he puts out some good stuff.
He does put out good show.
So,
him and I catch him usually when he's doing with his co-host of Whack Comics and Comic Vet.
Comic Vet 2, I think he's in Canada, I believe.
Yeah.
And
then
we
he
won't hold
does
that
a Sunday
against him.
show at Week's End, where they kind of chit-chat it up a little bit too.
Yep, he says Sunday night at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. They'll be talking about Swamp Thing #2. So we didn't read it this week, so make sure you go over to his channel and go check out and watch his reviews. So I think that's it. Whether you blast it, whether it's happy reading, and we'll catch you guys next Friday.